Mirror now. You're watching The Big Story with me, Avni Raja. First up, a quick look at the headlines. Over 2,000 farmers committed suicide from January 1st to October 31st. Mirror now accesses proof that exposes the gravity of Maharashtra's agrarian crisis. Hundreds of students still left in a lurch with over 12,000 results still pending. Instead of penalizing the company responsible for the mess, Mumbai University pays 1.1 crore for the online assessment. Floors shave for 4 students at a private school in Bengaluru. Glass panel falls on them from the 4th floor. 2 students left severely injured. Army colonel sent to police custody till November 25th. Arrested in Shimla on charges of raping the daughter of a lieutenant colonel. It's a mega Mirror now impact. Kota Municipal Corporation rolls back the outrageous proposal for a sanitation tax. Outstation students will no longer be taxed. Haryana government takes note of the exorbitant charges at Fortis Hospital, forms an inquiry team to probe 16 lakh bill. Team to submit report in 3 days. An 85-year-old man held in connection with the rape of 4 children in Hyderabad. Pervert allegedly also tried to molest 2 other minors. Investigations are underway. Assam Health Minister Biswa Sharma's bizarre comment, cancer is divine justice. His explanation that the disease is God's way of punishing sinners. A woman constable, Lalita Salve, files plea in Bombay High Court seeking permission to undergo a sex reassignment surgery and continue working in the police force. In a brazen move to gag the media, Karnataka Assembly orders the arrest of 2 journalists, rejects the appeal to review its privilege motion. Massive setback for the Sashikala camp. The Election Commission allots the 2 leaves symbol to the OPS-EPS faction. Mirror now continues to pursue its campaign to make Mumbai's locals safe. We'll show you progress on the promises made by the government to build 3 new footover bridges at Elphinstone Road, Curry Road and Ambivali. Our big story today, despite missing 2 deadlines given by the Bombay High Court, the Mumbai University is yet to declare over 12,000 re-evaluation results. In spite of all the flaws in the online assessment system, the university has also granted a sum of 1.18 crore rupees to the online assessment company Merittrack, who was responsible for the delay. The big question that we are asking is, why is the university playing with the future of students? And who will take responsibility for the thousands of students who are still suffering? Let's go across to Richa Sharma, who's joining me at this point. Richa, take us through the details of how these 12,000 students' revaluation results and the repercussion effects that it's really having in terms of several other exams have been postponed and several goof-ups, really, if we can use that word, that the university has done.
Yes, absolutely, Avni. We have been reporting from morning and right from the Kalina University, where we spoke to a number of these students who have come forward to tell us that not just their year is being lost for many of these students on account of these delays after delays that the university has been doing, but now these 12,000 re-evaluation results which are still pending is costing a lot of these students their jobs and also chances of going for further higher studies outside the country or even within the country. And the goof-ups that they have certainly done is starting from not declaring the results, the final semester results of around 4 to 5 lakh of these students on time. which was supposed to be done by June, but it happened by September. It started happening by August and September, clearly showing that in what kind of a manner in which this online assessment was actually being carried out. And apart from this, the VC, that is the Vice Chancellor himself, being dismissed from his position, which has not happened in the history of the university, clearly shows that the state in which the university is running. Apart from this, a series of goof-ups that has clearly impacted the student is that in one instance, a student whose 4 papers were marked as being absent, later when his papers were discovered, it was found that he topped the university for the law examination that was conducted. In another instance, the BSc third-year students, they were the ones who actually standed a walkout from the examination hall because the wrong revised papers were issued to them. The question papers were issued to them, and the original, the syllabus that was given to them, the question paper did not match that.
Right.
So clearly you can see in what manner in which these students have been suffering from months now, and it's being high time that the university take cognizance of the matter and does something in this.
Stay with us. We've also got on the phone line Uday Varunjikar, lawyer who's been representing several of the students who have been suffering. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us on the phone line. If you can help us understand, as far as this entire issue is concerned, the university has now missed 2 deadlines that were set forth by the Bombay High Court. What happens now going forward?
Basically, the biggest issue is about the law faculty.
Right.
My clients were from the law faculty.
Right.
The main concern was with reference to the process of this assessment. In past, the assessment was in a different manner. For the first time, the new system has been introduced. But according to the information, the paper assessors were not having sufficient training how to do it, as well as the authorities who were supposed to scan the answer sheet were also responsible for the present situation. Now, the issue before the court is how to improve the present situation. But in addition to this, what will happen to the career of those innocent students? I am a lawyer by profession, and if any of the students want to appear for the examination of a judicial magistrate first class, if that student want to become a judge, then that student is debarred, because if you have failed in any subject any year, then you are disqualified from appearing for the said examination. There are various students who have missed the admission process in different universities for their postgraduate courses, including the LLM course, which is a post-graduation course. Now the question is, who is going to take responsibility of all this? By removing the Vice Chancellor, things are not going to improve. By appointing some ad hoc machinery, the things are not going to improve. What will happen to the career of those innocent students? That's a basic issue which I would like to raise henceforth.
Absolutely, sir. That's a very important issue. What happens to the students? And also another important point that you mentioned is the fact that this doesn't seem to be ending. It's not as if it was a one-off year that we saw this issue. We seem to be seeing a lot of problems even going into the new year, and one of them being that the same company has been given the contract for this online assessment. So we don't even know whether there's any probe that's been ordered into what really went wrong, because obviously the company in question is saying that it wasn't their fault.
You are right. According to me, the status of the Bombay University has been decreased by virtue of such decisions. To be very frank, several lawyers, several students who are willing to take admission for different courses other than Mumbai University, they are also rather affected persons. You will be surprised that large number of students who go abroad for doing LLM, they are also the students who are affected by this.
Right.
I won't be surprised if for next year the number of students is decreased. And obviously, everybody who is concerned about the Mumbai University will have to take a decision.
Right.
Don't continue with the blame game.
Right.
We will have
So,
to come
Mr.
forward.
Varanjikar, my final question to you is, from the legal perspective now, in terms of this entire case, what next? What are the students really demanding? What will happen on the legal front for this?
See, to be very frank, so far as the proceedings are concerned, the Honorable High Court is considering the entire matter. Now the time has come when both the deadlines have been missed by the university. What next can be done? Ultimately, students are not interested in putting any of the officer in the dock of an accused. Ultimately, they are interested in the result. Ultimately, the student want to save their career.
Right.
They want that their career should be an unblemished career. There should not be a stigma. By asking some officers to come in the court hall or asking some VC to appear before the court, the problem will not get resolved. Ultimately, something better than this is required. So therefore, we will continue our legal battle before the Honorable High Court henceforth.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Varanjikar, for joining us. So the battle continues as far as this issue is concerned. It's still in Bombay High Court, and that will continue. We've got a caller with us, Mahesh, calling from Coimbatore. Hi, Mahesh. Thanks for calling in. Tell us, what would you like to say?
Yeah, good evening. It's quite unfortunate that of late universities in India have become places for political battles and other issues rather than academic interest. And here this Mumbai University withholding the results of the students is atrocious. See, they are actually killing the aspirations of thousands and thousands of students who might have been planning for a very bright future. And there's people saying that they will continue with the legal battle, and who knows when this legal battle is going to get over in India. You know, all those things take about 10, 15 years. I'm asking why they are putting the students under unnecessary trouble, and they are putting them under undue pressure. In fact, these universities are directly responsible for killing the interest of the students and their future. It's high time that the education department, the central government intervenes and puts an end to all these kinds of unwanted things which are happening in various universities.
Absolutely, Mahesh. Point taken. Extremely important points there that you've raised. This entire issue really needs to be solved, and the university in this particular case needs to really wake up. Joining me on the phone line now is Abhishek Bhatt, a law student from Mumbai University. Hi, Abhishek. Thanks for joining in. What's been the situation like from your perspective? We've seen two deadlines being missed by the university in terms of declaring results as well.
Yes, so incidentally, what the students feel is that they have been used as experiments and lab rats. So incidentally, we have just been used for some implementation of an online process, which is not basically appropriate, because any sort of a digital India or an online system, when you try to implement it, it has to basically solve the crisis. But the crisis has increased further. And the icing of the cake is the university has already paid Merit Track. So today they paid around 1.18 crores. So that is the icing over the cake. So you destroy the lives of students and then you get paid for it as well.
Right. Abhishek, can you help us understand from your circle of friends, from the people you know, the law students, what is the extent of damage that this has done to their careers really?
It has been an absolute destruction, because people cannot apply for their sanat. So that is our license. And if we cannot apply for our license, how are we even to practice in courts? That is one thing. Second is that Bar Council of India examination is on December 3. And most of the students are not applicable to give their exams this year. So again, it is a 6 months postponement that they have to. So that has actually destroyed lives. And then apart from that, post-graduation, most of the students who had applied for post-graduation degrees outside India, abroad, and they cannot do that any further. So they've lost a year, approximately a year, yes.
All right. Thanks, Abhishek, for joining us with those views there. Extremely unfortunate the way the students are suffering in this particular case. And we're still seeing repercussions of that, because there have been more goof-ups in the aftermath of this particular instance of this 1 year's exams being delayed, and now we are seeing more issues like Richa was mentioning with respect to Mumbai University, even in the new year with respect to exam delays, among other things. Let's slip into a quick break. We'll get you more voices on the other side. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching The Big Story, and we're talking about the issue, the mess really, that Mumbai University has made as far as the results of its students are concerned, with 12,000 reevaluation results yet to be declared. And remember, the results were originally supposed to come out in June, and those 5 lakh results started trickling in only by September. Richa is still with me, and we've got Suresh Nakwa of the BJP with us on the phone line. Mr. Nakwa, before I come to you, I would like to go across to my colleague Richa. Richa, you had a word with Mr. Vinod Tavre as well. Can you help take us through what he had to say on this entire issue?
That's right, Avni. We did reach out to the Education Minister for State, Vinod Tavre himself, to raise this issue about why there has been this delay of 12,000 of these results still pending. And the reply that he gave us was extremely shocking in callous in manner. And he told us that this is a very routine thing that happens every year. And when we went ahead to tell that what will be done now by the state and the government to actually make the working and the state of affairs in the university proper and in a very systematic manner, what he stated that you should go ahead and talk to the university people and not me, and we do not interfere in the affairs of the university, clearly showing that somewhere the minister does not seem to being in a lot of pressure when it comes to the lives and the future of these students who are suffering on account of this. And because he is completely stating that it is a very routine thing that happens every year and he does not want to interfere in it, certainly shows that he's not very serious on this front, specifically when it comes to the students who have been suffering in Mumbai University.
Absolutely, and that's the question really I want to come to you, Mr. Nakwar. As far as this entire issue is concerned, don't you think that we're past the time where the minister could actually say that this is not an issue that we want to interfere in the university's workings? This is a much bigger issue. There's several thousand careers and students' lives at stake here. What is your response?
As you are aware, this was the year when online assessment of the mark sheets and online assessments of papers were started.
Yes.
And due to some technical reasons, the same was delayed, and everyone is aware that results were delayed. Inquiry has been constituted for the same to identify the flaws. The Chancellor of the university, the Governor of Maharashtra, has already suspended the Vice Chancellor for the same. Now, coming to the revaluation point which you have been raising, the revaluation process is already on, and government is Mumbai University will be getting out the revaluation results as soon as possible. Mumbai University being an autonomous university, government wouldn't like to interfere on it.
Right. Mr. Nakwa, you said as far as that there's an inquiry that's the team that's been formed to look into what went wrong in the entire online assessment. But do you not think that it's not that the company, which was given this contract last year, should not be given the contract this year, at least until the inquiry is completed and we know who was at fault, what were the reasons that these problems happened and the technical glitches, using the words technical glitches in this particular case? Can we not wait until that inquiry report comes out and then?
Law until proved guilty. So it's quite possible that the company might have bid for this tender, and being the most favored, better tender, they might have won the tender. But the inquiry is already on, and be assured that suitable action will be taken against whomsoever it is responsible.
But what kind of a timeline are we looking at? When will this inquiry report come out? When will we see action being taken?
I can't commit on timeline, but it will be sooner than the later.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much, Mr. Nakwa, for joining us. All right, that was Suresh Nakwa of the BJP saying that, innocent until proven guilty as far as this company is concerned. But let's listen in to some students and what they had to say.
Basically, the students have been taken as lab rats. So experiments have been done on us. And unfortunately, it's been already 6-7 months that the main results are not out. Many courses yet, the main results were not out. And this company Merittrack, why don't you just blacklist this company? Rather than blacklisting the company, the university is going on paying them money.
There are many students who have lost their scholarships and they have lost their whole 1 year because university has not declared their results on time. And still, rather than imposing fine on Merittrack, यूनिवर्सिटी आर क्लियरिंग देयर बिल्स.
बहुत सारे ऐसे प्रॉब्लम्स हैं जो EMA वाले हैं और उनके पास ऐसी बहुत सारी बातें आई हैं कि बहुत सारे लोगों की कापियाँ जो हैं गायब कर दी गई हैं और फिलहाल वो रजिस्ट्रार वगैरह इन सारे लोगों के पास अगर जा रहे हैं तो अपने कमरे को बंद करके और बाकायदे अंदर बैठे हुए और सीधा एक बात कह रहे हैं कि मुझे किसी से मिलने के लिए ना दिया जाए और मैं किसी से मिलना नहीं चाहता.
All right, joining me on the phone line is Sanjay Vaira, ex-Senate member, Mumbai University. Thank you very much, Mr. Vaira, for joining in. What is your take on this entire issue and, importantly, the fact that the same company has been handed over the contract of the online assessment again this year before we even know whether or not they were responsible for the mess that happened in the last year results?
फर्स्ट थिंग है कि ये जो MAU जो हो गया यूनिवर्सिटी का ऑलरेडी MAU नहीं हो गया था. MAU आफ्टर असेसमेंट के बाद ही हो गया है कि जो कि फर्स्ट MAU होना जरूरी था और यूनिवर्सिटी का जो कॉन्फिडेंशियल जो डेटा है वो यूनिवर्सिटी की जो अथॉरिटी ने लीक किया है विदाउट MAU और उसके वजह से MAU के ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट की वजह से यानी यूनिवर्सिटी के पास पूरा सिस्टम नहीं था. यूनिवर्सिटी के अंडर जितने 800 कॉलेज है उसमें जो सिस्टम होना जरूरी है ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट के लिए वो ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट के लिए सिस्टम नहीं था और जिसके लिए फ्रीक्वेंसी का जरूरत है वो यूनिवर्सिटी के पास फ्रीक्वेंसी होने के बाद भी उन्होंने हायर किया था. और बहुत सारी बातें हैं कि जो टेक्निकल इतना क्लिंच हो गया है कि बहुत सारे लाखों स्टूडेंट्स का करियर बर्बाद हो गया है. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स फॉरेन जो गए थे उन्होंने लोन लेके पैसा लिया था या फर्दर स्टडी के लिए इंडिया में बहुत सारे लोगों ने एडमिशन के लिए अप्लाई किया था, उनका एडमिशन कैंसिल हो गया. फॉरेन के स्टूडेंट्स के एडमिशन कैंसिल हो गया. ये पूरी जिम्मेदारी थी कि यूनिवर्सिटी की जो वाइस चांसलर है उनको विजन नहीं था. वो जो डॉक्टर संजय देशमुख है उनको ना एकेडमिक विजन ना एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव विजन और उसके अलावा जो गवर्नमेंट है जो अभी भी गवर्नमेंट ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट के लिए परमिशन दे रही है कि जो कि करके ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट वाले को फाइन उनको ब्लैक लिस्टेड करना चाहिए था, उनको आउट करना चाहिए था क्योंकि लाखों स्टूडेंट्स का उन्होंने नुकसान किया.
बिल्कुल सही संजय जी, आप बिल्कुल सही बात बोल रहे हैं. एंड दैट्स व्हाट्स एक्सट्रीमली क्लियर इन ऑल दीज वॉइसेस दैट वी हैव जस्ट हर्ड दैट देयर वाज द यूनिवर्सिटी वाज नॉट रेडी टू implement the online assessment but nevertheless it went on to implement it and that is what resulted in this entire mess and in this entire delay of results of the Mumbai University students. But what's even more shocking is the fact that after that same contract of online assessment has been handed over to the same company that handled it in the previous year. And we don't know what is the reason that this glitch happened, what is the technical glitches, who is responsible, whether it was the company responsible, whether it was the university responsible for not being ready. We don't even know if the university is ready this year to handle online assessment. But that is the way it has gone, and now the contract has gone back to the same company. We'll of course have to wait and see as to how this pans out and what action that Mr. Nakua was talking about is taken. On that note, that's a wrap on this edition of Big Story. Thank you so much for watching.